Alright, happy Tuesday, guys. Welcome back to the channel. May 28th. And before we jump in, a quick reminder. We've got a few days left for the Memorial Day sale, where you can save 30% off of the Big 3 Squeeze Bundle. Link in the description. And since I pushed the update a few weeks ago, I've got 18 A+ trades under my belt, 13 wins, 5 losses, 72% win rate, average win of 66%, and an average loss of 33%. Good numbers in my book. But we'll jump in here. Got a few names on the watch list. QQQ, T-Mobile, Broadcom, LRCX, Coinbase, Micron, Amat, Google, and WDC. We've got a little bit of a theme here. The theme being the semiconductors. Now, the first thing I want to cover here is QQQ. And I think the most important setup in the entire market right now has got to be this weekly squeeze here for the Qs. Brand new weekly squeeze, brand new weekly buy signal, bull trend, bull structure, bull momentum, perfect score at 12, A+ weekly squeeze. Until that changes, there can be a path here for the Qs towards 470 and change. And until that signal changes, I gotta think that's where they want to take the bad boy. In the short term, however, we do remain a bit overbought. Daily chart trades around 3 ATR, which in a normal market, that's a spot where a pullback could happen anytime soon. With that being said, we have nothing in the form of a sell signal. The first 1 hour, 30-minute sell signal, that might kick off a bit of a pullback, which frankly I would love. Given the brand new weekly squeeze, I would love to buy the QQQ around 450-ish. But we can be overbought for a pretty long time. No sell signals means no big pullback. With a brand new weekly squeeze coiled up, there could be a situation here, no guarantee, but there could be a situation where we might not get a bigger pullback until that weekly squeeze fires and kicks off a move towards 470. Again, I would love a pullback, but you gotta respect that brand new weekly squeeze. Moving on to the SMH, and kind of the same discussion. Buy signals on the weekly, the daily, the 4-hour, 2-hour, 1-hour, and 30-minute chart. Not a single sell signal to be found, but price is very overbought. Trading around 3.5 to 4 ATR above that 21 EMA. I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to short the thing, but I'm going to respect the fact that we're above the extension, which means any given day, we could get a pullback. If you want to keep on getting long the semis, be smart about it. Decrease position size, keep a tight leash around their neck, control your risk, and keep on milking the bad boy for whatever it's got left. You do that, you can't get hurt. So we'll jump in here, and a trade that we took profits on today was T-Mobile. Last week it had an A+ squeeze on the 4-hour chart and the daily chart. We jumped in back here, we bought the 162.5 calls, and then this morning we caught our push towards that 169 level, and we sold those calls for about a 50% profit. A solid base hit. However, they haven't fired that daily squeeze just yet. Still an A+ setup, along with the A+ setup on the 2-day time frame and the weekly time frame. I think in time, that weekly squeeze might want to take price towards $1.70 and change. I think the first smooch, the first back test of the hourly 21 EMA, that might be another spot to jump back in there, reload, take another nibble, and see if that daily squeeze can't get the job done. For now, we are taking our profits And we'll keep an eye on the old T-Mus. Very solid trade. Next up is Broadcom. Now, Broadcom has earnings in about 2.5 weeks. Earnings on the 12th of June. That might not be enough time for the A-plus weekly squeeze here to fire along. When it does fire along, we have a target around 1600. For earnings, we've got a brand new A-plus setup here on the 4-hour chart. Bull trend, bull structure, bull momentum, buy signal, perfect score of 12. It's a brand new squeeze. That might need another 2 or 3 or 4 bars of compression. But I think at some point, if QQQ and the SMH keeps on catching a bid, that brand new 4-hour squeeze could make for a push, if anything, back towards those previous highs. 1450 and change. Definitely going to keep an eye on the Broadcom. And then LRCX here. Brand new weekly squeeze. Brand new weekly buy signal. In time, that calls for a move back towards 1080. That's a bit more bigger picture. Shorter term, we have an A-plus setup on the 2-hour chart. Again, if tomorrow is the day where QQQ and SMH finally decide to pull back, NVIDIA, Broadcom, Amat, LRCX, etc., they're all going to pull back as well. Semis keep on getting some love here. 2-hour squeeze on the little lamb could be good for a push back towards $1,000. Next up is Micron. Micron is A-plus on the 4-hour chart here. Good setup, not my favorite entry. A much better entry would have been back around 127. A little bit closer to your 21 EMA. Nonetheless, good looking 4-hour squeeze. Next up is Amat. And Amat here is A-plus on the 3-day. Same thing, a great setup. It calls for a push towards about 235. I want to buy that a little closer to 215 to 210. Do I think I'll get that pullback? Maybe not. If I do get that pullback, I would be a buyer. Then we've got WDC. And this one is A-plus on the 2-day, the daily, the 4-hour, 2-hour, and 1-hour time frames. A-plus on A-plus action. 2-day squeeze, very solid. Calls for a move towards 81. The daily squeeze as of today just becomes an A-plus setup. For about a month here, they've had that big daily squeeze. They've had bull trend and bull structure. They just got bull momentum. It's been a Lamborghini. Now they're finally trying to put some gas in the Lambo. Momentum keeps on going higher. They can take that daily squeeze towards $80. 4-hour chart, very solid. 2-hour chart, very solid. And the 1-hour chart, not too shabby either. All kinds of good setups here for the WDC. And the last one of the night will be Google. From head to toe, Google's pretty damn solid. Perfect score of 12 on the monthly. Perfect score of 12 on the weekly. A perfect 12 on the daily. And now we got a brand spanking new A-plus setup here on the 30-minute. Tomorrow morning, the QQQ craps the bed. Google should go lower. If they keep on pushing the Qs higher into Friday, the end of month push, 30-minute squeeze here for Google could be good for a move back towards 178 to 179. One I will definitely keep an eye on. But for now, the market is a bit of a one-trick pony. Semiconductors or bust. If you take a look at healthcare, that's not too hot. Financials, little bit neutral. energy, brand new daily sell signal. So yeah, until things change, it's all about the semiconductors and a few tech stocks. Like I said, respect the strength, respect all the buy signals, respect all the pretty colors. Also respect the fact we are pretty overbought. No guarantees, no promises, but probabilities-wise, there could be what I would call the buyable pullback around the corner any given day. We don't get that pullback until we get a 30-minute and a 1-hour sell signal. Until we get the sell signals, focus on your A-plus setups, decrease your position size, keep your risk nice and tight, and you milk them for whatever they got left. Alright guys and gals, as always, thank you for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like and the subscribe button, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Adios.